Hi guys, it's Average Tourney here, back again with more Barbados Tourney matches. We got round 2, battle 3. With our first winner from round 1, Zach Stabler, and for the second round, a new challenger approaches, which is Raymond St. John. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into that battle video Pokemon analysis to see what Pokemon we have and what is my boy Zach and Raymond got to do with. Now, you know Zach team already, which is Latios, Azumarill, Greninja, Venusaur, Heatran, and Landorus. We have Raymond with a Landorus of his own, a Latias, a Keldeo, a Pinstar, that is his Mega, and a Clefable and Heatran of his own. So, without further ado, let's get into the third match and let's see how it goes down. Zach's issuing a challenge. This is taken from Raymond's side, but let's get into it. Zach sends out his Landorus, Raymond sends out his Landorus, and it's a Landorus on Landorus lead. That Landorus, hot Landorus action. So, both of them intimidate each other, and Zach's Landorus moves first because it has a choice scarf already, but it seems that my boy Raymond has a choice scarf for his, so it may have been a speed tie. So Zach won speed tie, got the knockoff. My boy went for the U-turn, went out, goes into his Keldeo. That's a threat for Landorus. Landorus gets back out. My boy Zach goes into his Azumarill, and my boy Raymond wants none of that. He goes straight into his Latias and he doubles out into his Clefable. I'm not too sure what the play was there. My best I would have gone straight into Heatran and then double into Clefable, but well, he went into his Clefable and he touched a decent 75%. He can heal that Clefable if he get it back in. Now he makes the play that he should have made the first turn and goes for the Heatran play. This should have been his play prior to the double switching from Latios. Could have been a misclick. You never know. Zach goes into his own Snowman. Doesn't really want to deal with Heatran. Now we got hot Heatran on Heatran action. The Stealth Rocks go up on Raymond's side of the field. Raymond gets up his rocks. So I don't think Zach has a spinner, so those rocks are there to stay. He doesn't want to take anything from this Heatran, and he goes into his Keldeo. Zap's Heatran sets up his own Stealth Rock and switch out. Want none of that Keldeo action. He goes into his foreplay. The Stealth Rocks hit him, and he goes for the stall. Maybe looking for the burn. Doesn't get. Oh, he got the burn. Nigga got the burn, and it's not looking too good for Zach's Greninja foreplay. So he got a burn, did what he had to do, and now he gets him back out. He goes into his Heatran to tank the incoming hit with the Dark Pulse, and the Dark Pulse is not going to do that much to Heatran at all. He loses some of his HP. The burn is taking a toll. Foreplay is not looking good. Foreplay is not looking good. So he goes ahead, uses Skull. Protein Skull coming off of off of Greninja is gonna kill the Heatran. Heatran falls. I don't think he should have lose Heatran so early in the match, but foreplay will go down to burn / life orb damage himself. So Zack sends out his Landorus, and Latias comes out on the field. Landorus and Latios takes rocks. I think Latios wants to go ahead and go for that defog, gets the rocks off the field, and my boy's Scarf Landorus is going to put in some work, goes for the U-turn, heavy hit damage. But Raymond, if Raymond knows what he's doing, he's just going to go ahead and take that damage just to get off his defog. And he doesn't go for the defog, goes for the side shot. Interesting. The side shot does about quarter damage. And my boy has that Aqua Jet, Banded, pick him off, and Latias is pretty much dead. So my boy doesn't really have much to switch into. He has to switch into his Calio now. Goes into his Calio. My boy withdraws Bubbles. And he goes into his Latios. Not too sure where the play was there, but he goes into his Latios. Oh, he went into Latios predicting he might get burned, so he doesn't want to get burned. His choice banded Azumarill, and what do you know, something got burned. This Calio is burning all the sand in his way. Now the burn with the damage, these Latios at half. Latios isn't looking too healthy right now. My boy goes into his Landorus to tank the incoming hit. Intimidate takes its effect. He goes for the Side Shot. Side Shot shouldn't do that much damage, but no, it does kill. I don't think Raymond may have run any defensive investment into his Landorus, but what can you do? Raymond goes into his Cafable now, and Zack goes for the second Side Shot. Side Shot takes it out. I think it's going to be a wrap up about here, because if Caldia comes in, I don't think Caldia will be able to handle it. But he does have Pinstar. Yes, he does have Pinstar. That's still good. But Pinstar, if Pinstar can't run through this team right now, he's gonna have a hard time. Plus, Heatran's still in the back. He's gonna have a hard time taking out this team with just his Pinstar. But he goes for the Quick Attack Area 8. That should be enough to bop Latios right off, take out that trap. But Landorus does come back into the picture, and Intimidate takes effect. As I said again, he's going to have a hard time getting through this team with just Pinstar itself. But Raymond is a crafty person, so he goes ahead and goes into his Keldeo to beat the oncoming Stone Edge that was coming. Takes the Stone Edge like a champion, and it doesn't do any that much damage at all. It does like literally zero. So Landorus doesn't want to take the incoming Skull that he knows is coming. He goes into his Bubbles. He thinks Bubbles is the more genuine play, so he could go ahead and sack that and get a better switch into Keldeo. But Keldeo does not get the kill, but he gets the burn. So the burn slash, I think the burn slash, yeah, the burn slash the Skull was able to bop off Azumarill, barely getting that kill, that clutch burn kill. Now he comes out with his Venusaur. You know this Venusaur does put in a lot of work. Zabs go ahead and Mega Evolve all in his face. Mega Venusaur takes the stage, and now Keldeo is in trouble. So Keldeo goes for the Skull again, looking for the burn. Gets the burn. This thing has been burning everything, and he gets hit with a Sludge Bomb himself. Doesn't get the poison, but the burn was crucial. I don't know if my boy Raymond is running any ice type moves like Icy Wind or Ice Beam on his Keldeo. It doesn't look like he is, but we do know Green has synthesis, so this isn't too much of a big deal to Green. He can go ahead and rest up the damage if he wants to, unless my boy Raymond pulls out the clutch Ice Beam or Icy Wind here, but it seems he doesn't have it, so he has to work with what he has. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. Zach goes for the Sludge Bomb. It's a questionable play. I would have gone for the Sinuses, and the NL would be still able to kill him. He's making the game look a bit close, but Venusaur just goes down to the burn, so it's a double down. My boy brings back in his Mega Pinstar, shiny, and Landorus takes backstage again. Not the matchup you want to be with the Intimidate bopping your attack, and the Star Frost dig into Pinstar, but Pinstar dodges the Stone Edge, and he goes for the Swords Dash. That clutch Swords Dash. He goes for the quick attack, Aerate quick attack, +2 will be able to bop off Landorus. No, it's not able to bop off. Landorus does a 1. Oh, Pinstar goes down. Oh, so close. I believe that Intimidate saved him. If Zach didn't get off that Intimidate on that Pinstar, it was a surefire kill for Mega Pinstar, but he did pull out on top on this match. What we'll do, guys, is take a sharp break, hear some word from our sponsors, and be right back. Thanks for watching.
I want to say a special thanks to Ben from System Link. System Link, come down. We have the latest games that you can play. System Link, you can have some fun at System Link, or System Link is where you can meet some really interesting people. System Link did host a tournament, and I want to give a special shout out to Ben. Thanks a lot, dude.
Welcome back, guys, and not waste any time and get into this second battle between our winner Zach Stabler and my boy Raymond St. John. Will Raymond be able to equalize this, or will Zach stamp all over his face? Let's just go ahead and get into the battle and see what went down. Alright, Zach seems to like his lead and goes back out with his Landorus, and my boy Raymond seems to like his lead and goes back out with his Landorus too. So Landorus, hot Landorus action is back. I know you guys like it. I know you guys like it. Now he goes to the knockoff. Seems like a full repeat of the first battle, but Raymond goes also for his knockoff. So Choice Scarf got knockoff, and everybody seems to be losing some items. So Zach says, alright, well, if you're gonna copy everything I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna go for that U-turn. We wanna go for that U-turn too? And my boy goes into his bubbles to frighten out the Landorus. So the Landorus gets to stay in, predicting the U-turn, and goes for the Earthquake, gets some decent damage off of the Azumarill. Azumarill goes for the Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet doesn't do that much damage to Clefable. Clefable is looking pretty decent in here now. You can go ahead and go for play, but he doubles into his Keldeo. His Bubbles doubles into his Snowman, which is an excellent play by Raymond, making that prediction and going and doubling. Now Zach has to play catch up, and he has to make a double of his own back into Bubbles. but this gives Keldeo enough time to go ahead and hit Bubbles with a move. Goes for the Secret Sword. Secret Sword does not do that much damage. Keldeo, well, thinking that that's not going to be good for him, sets up the Substitute, and the Substitute, and Azumarill goes to the Play Rough on the Substitute. That will break the Substitute because it's super effective. And Keldeo's out in the open again, but I don't think he's gonna go for it. He doesn't want to play risky and go for the skull and see if he gets the takedown. He goes out into his Landorus, his Heatran. Knowing that this thing is now choice, he can now play around it. And now he's locked into Play Rough. Bubbles really can't do anything. Bubbles has to go ahead and switch out. Zach goes into his Snowman, which is his own Heatran, and my boy Raymond's Heatran sets up his Stuff Rock, so it's hot. Heatran and Heatran action as well. Man, it's getting real hot up in here. But they trade rocks for rocks once again. It seems that nobody cares for spinners these days, so nobody's carrying a spinner at all. But Landorus roars out. Heatran roars out Zach's Heatran into Latios, which is good for Heatran, not good for Zach. But Latios reveals he has the trick and tricks over his potential item. Maybe Specs. Didn't quite catch that. Yeah, that could be Specs that he traded over. But my boy Heatran also traded him some Toxic, which was a decent play. But Zach is going ahead and withdrew, knowing that he's locked up into Toxic. He can't really do anything with a lock Heatran. So my boy stayed in with the Heatran and goes for the double Toxic, just in case he did go ahead and switch out into something he could take. But my boy Zach played it safe and went into his Venusaur to negate the poison. So Zach go ahead and Mega Evolve his Venusaur and lays down the Leech Seed onto the Latias. He doesn't want none of that action. He wants to get rid of that Leech Seed. He goes ahead and switches back out into his Heatran. His Heatran does have Specs now, so Specs Loudpoom is going to do some damage to anything that hits the field now. But he goes into his own Snowman as well. I don't know if I don't think Zach is running the Earth Power, or that would have been a great prediction right there, and it would have covered his bases. But I doubt he has the Earth Power. But he made a really good play, went and dragged out a different Pokemon using Roar. Even though he may be locked into a move, that was still an excellent play, knowing that the double switch was coming. Goes and Heatran decides to stay in for some reason, and he counted on the overprediction from Zach. Zach goes for the U-turn, goes back into his Snowman, and my boy is just gonna roar you out again. Interesting play, but it did pay off for him. Roars him in, not into the best person right now. Greninja's gonna be a threat. Heatran can't do his shenanigans anymore, so he has to go ahead and switch out now. Switching to Clefable. Clefable should be able to tank a hit from Greninja. So he goes ahead and hits him with the Skull. But he got the critical hit. The crit, man. These crits, man. These crits. But Clefable, one more Skull from Clefable, and Clefable's down for the count. That crit did really matter for Raymond. He does lose his counter for both Greninja and his Latios. So goes into his Latias, goes for the Dark Pulse. I think Latias cannot let the Dark Pulse from that area. If he had a little bit more special defense investment, maybe he could, but it doesn't seem he's running that max special defense investment. If he did, he would have lived that. I've seen it happen before. So he goes into his Pinstar now. He's looking to get a burn, so he goes for the Scald. The play was that he needs to go ahead and get SD up. SD is the only way that he can personally win right now. But right now it seems that Raymond's playing catch-up game now to Zach, even though he had a really nice start in the beginning. He goes into his Heatran. He takes the Scald. He doesn't take it as well as he would like, but he retaliates with a Lava Plume. Lava Plume does pop off Foreplay, and Foreplay goes down. Heatran is just chilling here, but Landorus is going to come out. Landorus is going to go for the clean Earthquake, doesn't need to overpredict and go for U-turn. But Raymond needs to overpredict now, and he goes into his own Landorus. His own Landorus is looking a bit healthier, and it can survive just a bit more. So he goes ahead and goes for the Stone Edge, but Zach misses the Stone Edge. And Raymond goes for the Stone Edge, but he misses the Stone Edge, and everybody's just missing everything. Like, this is Miss Central. So someone finally gets off a Stone Edge. I think it's Zach, and somebody goes for the knockoff. Knockoff does hit off the Landorus, but it's not enough to kill. My boy Zach just follows up with another Stone Edge and basically bops off Raymond's own Landorus. Keldeo comes in. Keldeo is faster. Goes for, since the Choice Scarf is off, goes for the Skull. Skull's easily able to easily take out Landorus from that point. There's no problem. Now he goes into, he has this predicament again. He is facing down a Mega Venusaur. I do not think Raymond has a Ice type move on his Keldeo. But he is fishing for the burn, and he gets the burn. This thing got burns all matches, man. This hacks. These hacks says. But he does get the burn. And but the trade was made for burn for Leech Seed, which is a decent trade by my books. So gets the burn, but my boy Zach gets the Leech Seed, so it's good for Zach, not good for Raymond. So, but he switches out to get rid of the Leech Seed, goes into his Heatran. I think he's just going into his Heatran for Death Father, so he could have a clean switch in to the Venusaur. So he has Green out here chilling at half health. Keldeo's the last Mon. I don't think he will be able to win with Keldeo, but he reveals the substitute again, but Zach is not falling for that. Goes straight for the damaging move, goes for the Giga Drain, gets back some of his health at quarter health. Looking pretty good. Keldeo's not looking too good at all. He takes any sort of damage from Venusaur right now, he is dead. So he makes his last ditch effort, goes for the Scald, maybe get a crit, doesn't get that crit. Giga Drain is able to bop off Keldeo, securing the match for Zach. So Zach takes the second game, beasting through this tournament. He is now on to the finals to play Pinky, the championship match. Raymond, however, got bopped out of the tournament. He is now running for the match for third place. So stay tuned with us. We'll have the third place match, and then we'll have our championship bout. So until next time, catch you guys on the flip side.